Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and my apostles, a great millstone that doing thee were well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect, the elect of the one-third. Shalom. This is Brother Dawadah coming back at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. And today I want to do a video entitled Babylon the Great is fallen, and good riddance. I'm going to get into this topic, and not on it'll be edifying to the Lord's elect. So we're going to start off here in the book of Revelation 18:1. And it reads, "And after these things, and this I is Apostle John." All right, this is Yahweh Shai's favorite disciple, which later became an apostle. This is him speaking, which he was banished to the Isle of Patmos, particularly to work in the salt mines by the Roman Empire. And what was he doing? He was preaching his word. So what they do with him, they had him sent to these salt mines, which I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Domitian, if I'm not mistaken. That was a ruler or emperor over Rome at that time. But you can go ahead and look it up for yourselves. So this is him receiving these great visions. And after these things, and Apostle John, also known as John the Revelator, the same one that wrote the book of Revelation, is not the same as John the Baptist. Those are two different individuals. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And what did he see? He saw a ship, a chariot, a so-called UFO. All right. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. Now, Babylon the Great is referring to America. The word Babylon goes back to the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion. And America is that place of great confusion. Hence why it's called Babylon the Great. You'll see a individual walking, dressed as a woman, but then the individual turns around and it has an Adam's apple, So it's like, what the hell going on here? This place is the place of great confusion. Nothing is abides by the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You can be anything you want to be here, literally. Men to women, women to men. It's just a hodgepodge of straight confusion. It's nothing but a bundle of confusion here. Babylon the Great is fallen. It's fallen. That's after this place is destroyed. And has become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's these desert creatures that dwell here once this place is destroyed. So once this place goes down, as is written, Babylon the Great is fallen, then ain't gonna be no more America. Because this place is the capital of wickedness. America is. That's why you have India. They're trying to pattern themselves after America. They're trying to take on the alphabet community over there. Because these nations, they've drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. An example of that is her democracy. Another example is her, you can be whatever you want to be. Join the alphabet community. That's another example of their wine. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, meaning they're making money off this place. That's why the majority of your products, when you flip it around, it says made in China, made in Taiwan, made in Bangladesh, made somewhere outside of the United States. Because these nations, they're making money off this place. America is the #1 consumer nation. So this place, America, Babylon the Great, once this place goes down, desert creatures are going to inhabit here. You're not going to have to worry about seeing, these different abominations anymore. Seeing a Jake, dressed as a woman walk into a store, but he's, in his head he thinks he's a girl, and all that madness. That's just straight confusion. And that goes back to the curse put upon this serpent in the garden. Genesis 3 and verse 14. And Yahweh power said unto the serpent. Now this serpent came back on the scene later on as this devil. You know, Cain and later as Esau. Same spirit that was in the serpent is the same spirit that's in Esau. And Yahweh power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, what did he do? He deceived Eve. You know, thou art cursed above all cattle. Cattle is a metaphor for the nations of the earth. Even these international bankers, they call the people goyim, which means cattle. So thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field, same thing. Upon thy belly shalt thou go. You know, and upon thy belly shalt thou go. That happened during the Dark Ages. Esau was crawling on all fours. He was grunting, you know, braying like a horse and such. He was brought extremely low. And dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Yeah, so anywhere this devil goes, he brings about confusion. That's what dust represents. Because if you're fighting somebody, you take some dust off the ground and you blow it into their eyes, that individual, he's unable to see for a little bit. And he's scrambling, he has his hands in front of him, and he doesn't know where to go. In other words, he's in a confused state. So that's what this dust represents, confusion. And anywhere this devil goes, he brings about his confusion, you know. Hence why he rules over Babylon the Great, you know, the place of great confusion. And who rules over it? Esau, you know. So that's why you have all this madness going on. And dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. So now, let's go from there to the book of Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24 and verse 10. The city of confusion, that's Babylon, America, is broken down. That's after this place gets rocked with destruction. And good riddance, man. I hate this place. I say that almost every day, you know. Because this place should vex you. You should constantly be like, man, you know, Lord, please destroy this place. Because when you go to the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, that's the spirit the members of his elect will be in, which we pray and hope to be numbered amongst. Ezekiel 9 and 4. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And there's a lot of abominations going on in the midst thereof. You know, lots of them. Namely, let's name a few. One, you know, you got these. You got the alphabet community. Two, you got transformers. You know, three, you got evil E giving them rights and such. You know, so on and so forth. So this place is totally through. So we're waiting on the Lord to rock this place. Let's go back to Isaiah 24. Isaiah 24 and verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There was a crying for wine in the streets. That's answers. The wine represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And when are they going to be crying for answers? When all hell breaks loose, because they want to know why. They want to know why is this happening to us? Someone give us the answers. Where are the prophets? You know, the same was that they was talking shit about. All joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. And you saw that happen when this thing started spreading about. The mirth of America was through. They closed down these different entertainment stores or entertainment venues, so to speak, like your basketball that got closed down, you know, hockey that got shut down. You know, you got the NBA bubble going on and such. So they closed everything down. You know, and people was in the state of, you know, panicking. You know, they was at home buying up a whole bunch of electronics because they couldn't, you know, have that much fun that they used to have out there in Babylon. Can't go to the club, can't go to the bar, can't go outside and party and such. Everything was shut down, you know. And the city is left desolation and the gate is smitten with destruction. Let's hop down. Let's keep reading. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. They shall lift up their voice. They shall sing for the majesty of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. They shall cry aloud from the sea. That's talking about the deliverance of the elect. Wherefore glorify ye, the ye is the elect, the Lord Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai in the fires, because the elect are literally going to get beamed up through that great destruction that's coming. You know, literally being beamed up. No more having to look upon the wickedness of this place. Even the name of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai, there goes that name, power of Israel in the isles of the sea. So the elect are literally going to be glorifying Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai as they get beaten up into the ships. You know, Barak the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you know. And that's what you're going to be saying. That's what Lord willing, we're going to be saying. You know, Lord's will for part of his elect, getting beamed up. And just imagine that, you know, seeing, you know, getting beamed up and you're looking down and you see, you know, a building collapse on, or let's say your plantation, you know, wherever it is that you work at, you see the plantation collapse on, you know, some of your coworkers that you couldn't stand, you know, then the missile dropped right there, bah, you know, it's going to be that vicious, you know, you're going to be smiling from ear to ear because you're going to see that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has avenged you of your adversaries, you know. Let's go to Psalms 91. Psalm 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. The secret place of the Most High is this knowledge, this truth, all right, which can be found in the scriptures. Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, meaning he'll be protecting you. He's going to be covering you, all right. Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, all right. Just like if you got a big old tree in front of you, and you're within that shadow. What is that shadow doing for you? It's comforting you. You know, when it's hot as hell outside, you're underneath that shadow. It comforts you. You know, you're protected underneath that, or rather, you're covered. You know, underneath that shadow. You know, so that heat ain't touching you. You're cooled down in that shadow because it's cooler in the shade than it is outside of the shade. You know, that's why you see a lot of desert creatures that will run to, you know, like caves or maybe go on the ground or go into somewhere where the sun isn't hitting. You know, so through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we're covered. Through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we're going to be protected. Through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, we're going to be at ease. You know, when all these different perils come upon the earth, as is written, it shall come to pass in the last days that perilous times shall come. Right? Those perilous times is the time of Jacob's trouble. But the Lord's elect are going to be within that shadow. You know, the shadow of that of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which will comfort us. You know? And then another phrase, if you got let's say, you know, some people run up on you, but you got your big brother with you, you know, and you're behind your big brother, you know, your big brother is going to protect you. And we have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua that's going to protect us, you know. So as long as we're within this secret place, within this knowledge, within this truth, we'll abide under the shadow, the protection of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. Yeah, we ain't going to trust in, you know, this wicked-ass world. You know, we ain't going to trust in man. We ain't going to trust in nothing except Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. He is our refuge and my fortress. He is our protection. It says, surely he shall deliver thee, these the elect, from the snare of the fowler. The snare is a trap. A fowler is an individual that catches birds. And from the noisome pestilence. Noisome pestilence are the missiles. And the final snare is going to be those missiles. Why is it called the noisome pestilence? First off, another word for pestilence is a plague. It tells you in Zechariah 14:12 that it says, and this shall be the plague that shall befall all those that have fought against Jerusalem. Let's grab that. It says Zechariah 12th chapter. Or is it 14 and 12? You hear this. Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Jerusalem was a people before its place. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And that's that nuclear radiation, the destruction that's going to befall this place. So let's go back to Psalm 91. Psalm 91 and verse 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. The pestilence is those missiles. Why is it noisome? Because that's when those missiles explode. It caused a huge sound. Boom, boom. Like the elder Apostle Gabar always quotes, Elder High Priest Ariah. You know, boom, boom. You know, one of my coworkers, she heard a loud, I guess, an explosion or a loud bang outside, and she freaked out. You know, she was like, "Oh, what is that?" And then, another girl was like, "Oh, what was that? Yeah, I don't know." You know, so how much more for when they hear a nuclear blast? People are going to be terrified, as is written, at the noise of the taking of Babylon. As we have that in the book of Jeremiah. The earth was moved. How much more for an explosion that's going to make this place rock? Jeremiah 49 and verse let's see, 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. So the earth is literally going to move when this place, America, Babylon the Great, goes down. Good riddance. I hate this place. I know you hold the same sentiment. You know, I'm sick of seeing these Edomites. They smile from ear to ear like this is their, like they believe this place is literally going to go on forever. And the people here are miserable. They believe that the only way out is to go through Esau's fool system. You know, you're spending how much time learning something that you're never going to use in real life. You know, the minds of these people are through. A lot of people are lining up to get the stab and jab. Their minds are gone. You know, they love going to work. Go to work, come home, take your kids to school, take their pills because they're on all types of antidepressants. Because these Babylonians are the number one most depressed people on the planet. You know, number one on. So you see them on antidepressants so much. You know, a lot of these women are on antidepressants because this place is gone. But back when this place was thriving, the women, they didn't go out to work. And they would just stay home, take care of the house. And the man, he would be making enough money where she didn't have to work. And everything was good. Everything was smooth. The family structure was intact. The women were happier. Everything was more in order. But as soon as that got pulled away, look at the state of the people. You see a woman, she'll be probably 17, 18, but she got all types of wrinkles on her face. Why? Because she's catching hell. You see them having gray hairs because they're catching hell. This place ain't where it's at. Jeremiah 50 or 46, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved. So when this place goes down, this place is literally going to rock. And the cry is heard among the nations. Yeah, Revelation 18. These nations are going to hear of how this place got rocked. Let's go to Revelation 18. Because when the girl came inside, she was like, she was telling everybody, did you hear what just happened? Did you hear what happened over there? It was a big explosion. How much more when America goes down? They're going to be saying the same thing. Look, oh, you hear what happened, America? People are going to be looking on their phones. Everyone's going to know about it. Revelation 18 and 10. Outside of verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication, live deliciously with her, America, shall bewail her and lament for her. Why? Because what? They're not going to be able to make any more money off this place. They ain't going to be bewailing and lamenting for her because, oh, I feel so bad for the people of Babylon. Oh man, this is a terrible thing that happened to us. So terrible. No, they're going to be bewailing because they're going to be able to make any more money off this place. When they shall see the smoke of her burning, that's when this place is destroyed. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. It's only going to take the Lord 1 hour to destroy this place. Here it is. They've been setting up shop here since when? Even before the 1600s. I believe it was in maybe the late 1400s, I want to say. So they've been on the scene here, for centuries. For centuries. Over what, 400 to 500 plus years, possibly longer. And it's only going to take the Lord 1 hour to destroy this place. Ain't that something? And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. Why? for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. So they ain't gonna feel bad because this place is being destroyed, and that they feel so bad for the inhabitants of Babylon. Oh, I feel so bad for their children. No, there's gonna be, dang, I ain't gonna be able to make no more money off this place no more. Damn, you know. Let's show you how much they really care about your sweet America. So now let's jump from there. Damn, where was I? Oh yeah, Psalm 91. But I kind of want to grab Isaiah 24 because that just came to mind. Isaiah 24 and verse 19. The earth is utterly broken down. That's post-nuclear destruction. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. So this place is literally going to move when this society falls, when America falls specifically. And when America falls, that's synonymous with Esau's fall. Psalm 91 and verse 3 again. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. So you're going to be delivered from this great destruction that's coming. He shall cover thee with his feathers, that's the chariots, and under his wings shalt thou trust, the chariots. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. And why does it say the terror by night? Because there's going to be a lot of soot and smoke out here, from the destruction. So it's going to look like it's nighttime, but it's really not night. Nor for the arrow that flieth by day. The arrow that flieth by day are those missiles. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. The destruction that wasteth at noonday is the thermonuclear destruction of this place. Noonday represented Esau being at the highest point of his rulership. Job the 20th chapter. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Why? Because you're going to be in the chariots. Here's the point. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. That wicked includes Esau, the other nations, and 2/3 of the nation of Israel. So you're going to be looking down from those ships through the windows of the chariots, because the chariots have windows. You're going to see the downfall of Babylon the Great. You're going to see your boss, your co-worker, some of your friends in the world that don't want to get right. Certain family members that talk shit and didn't want to get right. Certain ex-girlfriends, you're going to see them in the fire. Certain, teachers and your homie from down the street, like from Everybody Hates Chris. Little homie from down the street, you're going to see them in that fire, and it's going to cause much fear due to that vicious destruction Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua is going to come with, certain the women that rejected you, did you wrong, you're going to see them in that fire, and that's the Lord getting them back for you, certain individuals that robbed you, took your stuff, jumped you, this, that, and the third. The Lord's going to, let you see their downfall. Especially your Edomite co-workers. Oh, wait till you see them. You're going to be happy, especially your Edomite bosses, There's a scripture. It's in Revelation 11. I'll close out on this. Revelation 11 and verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, to them is the elect, come up hither, come up into those ships. That's the deliverance. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, a UFO. And their enemies beheld them. So they're going to see the strangest of the elect salvation. And the same hour was there. Oh, yeah, is that further up? Yeah, right here. Yeah, in the same hour was there a great earthquake. That's the destruction. And the 10th part of the city fell. The city is America. America is divided into 10 FEMA regions. And in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000. Everyone on the soils of America will be destroyed except for the elect, because they're going to get beamed up into the ships. And the remnant were frightened. The elect are going to be scared when they see the destruction, and gave glory to the power of heaven. Yeah. They're going to praise Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. So with that, I'm going to leave it there. All praises, honors, and glories be unto Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai, Bahal Shem Kodash. Double honors to my elders and my apostles over at Millstone. They're doing it well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect who afflicted 1/3. That being said, Shalom. Barak wa Akim. Shalom.